Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to some more turkey patterning. And we've got another combo that we haven't tried out here today. And it's one that one of you guys requested to see because you thought it might do pretty decently. So I figured we'll bring it out here and try it and see what happens. The choke has done pretty well for us in the past, but the load has been a little bit questionable anyway. But we just don't know how it's going to perform until we actually try it. So for the shell I've got out here today, I brought out some more of the Remington Nitro Turkey loads. These are the 12 gauge 2 3/4 inch ounce and a half of number 5 shot, going about 1260 feet per second. And these loads haven't been horrible necessarily, but they haven't been anything impressive either. At least these 2 3/4 shells have been better than the 3.5 inch version we tested, but we just haven't quite found the right combo to really get these shells to perform yet anyway. So maybe that combo is what we have today. I don't know, but we'll try it, see how it does. So speaking of that setup, I brought out the Remington 1187 here with the Truglo Gobble-Stopper Xtreme. This is a 665 constriction turkey choke, and it is definitely on the budget side, being I think $25 to $30, somewhere in that range. But it's done well for us with a good number of loads in the past. So when you guys wanted to see it tested with these shells and see how it does, so I guess we'll see what it can do. So as for the test today, everything is the same as usual. I have the turkey target set up at 40 yards. I have the chronograph, so we'll be able to see our speed and how close it is to that 1260 on the box. So let's get you guys set up with a view of this target. I'll head up and take the shot. We'll look at our chrono, and then we'll go down and see how they actually performed. I don't necessarily have the highest hopes for this combination, mainly because of how the shell has performed for us so far, but you never know until you try it. So let's go over here and shoot it and see what kind of performance we actually get. Okay, so that shell gave us 1262 through our chronograph. The box claims 1260, so we're right on the money with what they say we should be. So definitely looking pretty good up here as far as the numbers go. But how does it look as far as the pattern is concerned? Let's go down and look at our 40-yard paper and find out. All right, so now we're down here at our 40-yard target, and this is what we got. Now, we do have a dead bird here. There are 3 through the brain and 1 or 2 more in the spine there. So he is a dead bird. Now, looking at our whole pattern here, it's yet again not great. We have shot pretty much from the top of the paper all the way down there to the bottom of the paper, and pretty much the same left to right there. We have almost kind of sort of what looks like a core trying to form just to the left of this bird's head here. So it almost makes it look like our shot was a touch left, but overall our shot looks pretty centered up. So for whatever reason, that kind of core area just looks like it favored to the left a little bit. And on top of that, there is a pretty large, about fist size void right there in front of his head, which is not at all what you really want to see in a turkey pattern that close to where you kind of want all your pellets to be. So overall on this, I guess it's usable. I mean, it would have killed the bird at 40 yards, but is it impressive? No, I wouldn't say so. Is it a combination that I would use? Probably not, unless it's literally the only thing I had. And even then, I would probably limit myself to 30 yards. So yet again, these Nitro Turkey shells are just a little bit on the disappointing side. They just seem to be missing something that could very easily make them into a decent performing shell. Whether that's a different wad design, a different buffer material, a plated shot or not, I really don't know. But they just seem to be on the edge of being able to be a decent shell, but not quite there. So overall here, it's kind of about what I expected to see, really. I don't think it's that Truglo Gobble-Stopper choke's fault at all, really. This is about typical for these shells as far as performance goes. So this setup, not anything super impressive, I wouldn't say. Okay, and here's the wad out of that shell, and as you can see, it looks a little bit banged up. It opened up relatively evenly, all things considered, or at least about like these shells normally do, but definitely the porting in that choke started eating away at the edges here a little bit, which is not at all uncommon for porting in chokes like that to do this to wads. So it's not anything I'm too concerned about. It's normal performance anyway for a setup like that. But as you can see, our wad looks pretty much normal. Not really anything too special to take note of. And I'd say it did about the same job as it always does with these shells, really. Just not anything super impressive here. Alright y'all, well, what did you think about that performance right there? Again, I guess it's usable at the 40 yards if that's what you had, but definitely not anything I'd call impressive, that's for sure. And I'd say that's about what I expected to see, really. We know that that gobble-stopper choke can do well with the right shell combination, but these shells are just not anything super amazing to begin with. So overall, it's really what I expected to see. But as always, leave your thoughts about it in the comments. Is that about what you thought we were going to see? Were you hoping for better? And if you've tried these shells, how have they done for you? And is that about the same performance that you've seen out of them? And in addition to that, if there's another setup, choke combination, shotgun, whatever that you might want to see these shells tested through, then let me know that as well, and we'll see what we can do about bringing it out and testing it for you. But at the end of the day, I guess we could call it usable, but not a combination that I would typically lean towards, that's for sure. But with that being said, I've got some more testing to film for you guys, so I'm going to get back to it. As always, we have the channel Instagram, as well as the mailbox where you can send stuff if you'd like. All that information will be in the description if you're interested. But I'm going to get back to it, so I'll see y'all in the next one.